Revisions Mentor.
Hi.
Y'all, today we are going to talk about creative ways to expand your home staging services.
We've been doing some brainstorming on different ways that we can sort of, pivot and get creative in times when, business might be a little bit slower. This COVID thing's got everybody a little crazy. These are things, our brainstorming we've come up with that we are doing ourselves, and also just some other great ideas that we came up with that we're going to do. So,
So we always want to focus on our strengths. So one thing is, if you are a strong writer, for example, you could hire yourself out to do photo descriptions and ad copy descriptions for Airbnb users. So if you do staging services and you offer that as part of the services you provide to your clients, you could help them get their Airbnb or VRBO up and going on the platform. And you can also do the same thing for realtors, right? You can do descriptions for realtors when they do their listings, something you could charge at an hourly rate. It's not exactly staging related, but it helps the realtor and it gets your name out there, and thought it might be worth a try.
It's a great idea. And if you're really good at writing, maybe you want to contact some local publications and use it as a marketing opportunity, right?
Right.
You could, actually write a little article about something that's relevant to the people in your community from a home staging standpoint. Share your own personal ideas for, maybe give people ideas for how to spruce up for the holidays, that sort of thing. It gives you an opportunity to put your name out there and, get some marketing in that way.
How about blogging? Right?
Blogging.
Some of you guys are really great writers and you've got your website, and we all know that blogging contributes to your SEO and how easily you're found on the internet. So do some blogging.
Yeah.
Do some writing.
And if you just totally suck at writing, maybe you're good at photography.
You can make photography part of your staging services and provide edited photos like we do for your clients. If you're fancy with the DSLR and you like doing the editing in the Lightroom and all of that stuff, that's a great service to provide. We started out doing that and realized how time consuming it was. So we switched to using the Light and Airy app on our phones to make this really consistent and beautiful look. So it kind of depends on how much time you want to put into it, but that worked well for us.
Yes, insider tip. You do not need to be good at photography necessarily to have photos that are useful. If you can take a decent shot and access these really good editing apps, you can make your so-so photos look really fantastic. And that can be a valuable commodity that you can offer to your community. And in some way that might either generate you exposure in terms of marketing or revenue if you get creative about how to monetize that.
Yep, exactly. And guys, here's another service that's not exactly staging related, but you could make this part of the contractors that you keep on your team, and that's housekeeping. Because it kind of goes hand in hand, right? You do your staging walkthrough, you hand them your handy checklist, you have done all of the preparation, but the house needs to be cleaned, and it needs to be cleaned probably more than once, depending on how quickly things are going in your market. So maybe whether it's you or somebody who works for you and it's a subcontractor that you can pay an hourly rate, you can make housekeeping part of your services that you provide to your clients.
You can. Here's a little tip. If you decide to try this yourself, because we did once. It was way back in the beginning when we were just starting in home staging, and it was a beautiful occupied home. The furniture had all been moved out and we were moving our furniture in, but the place needed to be cleaned head to toe. We were on a super tight schedule, didn't have time to properly get a cleaning service in there. So Erin and I thought, we can do this.
Sure.
Well, that resulted in 3 o'clock in the morning. We're still cleaning out the insides of cabinets and scrubbing the inside of a really dirty refrigerator. And word of caution, it's a really big job. So either be well prepared for what's entailed and price yourself accordingly, because it is really hard work, or source it out, like Erin said.
Yeah. Find some really good, housekeepers, have them on your team, and then, you could pay them and charge, a markup.
Yeah.
So that you can make money for doing the project management.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another idea, thinking about your particular skill set or your talents as a home stager. Perhaps you're a very organized person.
Right.
That might make you good at helping people organize their homes or their spaces or their garages or their craft rooms or their mental health, perhaps. Can we find somebody to help me organize my mental health?
I'm sure there's someone out there. Send us referrals.
Send us referrals.
And in terms of organization too, project management is huge. And sometimes you have homeowners who live off site. And, if a house has been sitting on the market and they need to make sure that the driveway is blown and the mulch is fresh and that the edges are done and the grass is mowed and, all of these things, and that, that a housekeeper's been through and done a sweep and that it's fluffed and ready for showings. You can do project management. You can help handle those sorts of chores for the homeowner. Set your rate, make that part of the services you provide so that the house is in tip-top shape. You have a landscaper who you trust in your list of, vetted contractors, and you just kind of oversee all that and make sure that the work is getting done so the house is photo ready for every showing.
Yeah. And, sometimes when you're going in to do staging in occupied homes, you run into situations where people have a lot on their plates. Maybe they've lived in the house for 30 years. Mm-hmm. They need some help, kind of sorting out what's going to stay with them or what's going to move to the new house, or perhaps you're, you just there are opportunities that you can take the skills that make you a really excellent home stager and sort of think about, how else can I use these skills, and how else can I, how could I package this skill into a marketable service that goes along with what I as a home stager do.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
What else have we got? Oh, teaching, Erin.
Yeah.
So this is something that we did specifically. Revisions Mentor. Hi, you guys. This is born directly out of Erin and I's love for teaching, and something that we both did in our previous careers.
Yeah.
And as we grew and gained experience as home stagers, we realized that we had a wealth of knowledge to share.
Yeah.
So this makes you very, very, you've got all this information to share.
Right. And it's marketable. Yeah.
Marketable.
So look into the credentialing requirements. If your community college has a continuing ed program and you can teach how to do home staging, you could also go to real estate agencies and do a quick, course. If you have color certifications or if you have a special skill set that you can teach, it's a great way to get your face out there and get your name out there. You can ask these real estate agencies who have these weekly meetings where they have the whole staff in there at one time, and many times they have somebody who brings in a breakfast, or they have somebody who's a keynote speaker. You can be that person. So figure out what your skill set is and what your strengths are. And if you can find something that's course worthy, then you can teach that to local realtors. You could, and it's actually a great way to get in front of a lot of realtors. And in terms of being keynote speaker, you can look beyond your local real estate offices. Look for professional groups in your area. We've got tons of them in our community. Young Professionals of Wilmington, and Port City Professionals. There are all these different groups. Call and offer to be the keynote speaker, where you talk for a little bit about the services that you offer. Right. You're getting in front of a lot of people. You're sharing a bit of valuable knowledge that you have that might help these other folks, and you're really networking and connecting. So even if you're not, earning money by being a speaker in that teaching capacity, right, your relevance is in your marketing. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Guys, as we get closer to the holiday season, holiday decorating is a great service. I love holiday decorating. It's so fun. Super fun. It is super fun. And if you're really good at tablescapes, sometimes people will hire you to decorate their tablescape for a cocktail party, or we've done things like that. Dinner parties. We've actually just done holiday decorating. One lovely client who we adore hired us to come in, and we did her tree and her mantle and her stairwells and her kitchen tablescape, and it was awesome. It was so fun. Yeah. And the way we priced that was just an hourly rate. and then we would, buy the materials and charge like a 15% markup just for the additional time it took. So it's still not unreasonable. We're not going to, super expensive stores. We're going to Hobby Lobby and, Target and getting the decor and then using our creativity to create something really special and beautiful. And she loved it and she used it to host a dinner party. So that was fun.
Oh, that was super fun. I love that one.
Yeah.
Let's see. Speaking of seasonal events, I'm reading off our list here. Oh, okay. So along the lines of the winter season holidays, look for local seasonal events that you can participate in. In our community, there's the Latimer House does they decorate every room. There's always a theme for the year,
It's the Candlelight Christmas Tour. Yeah, and we've participated in that for at least 4 years straight. And what we do is they create a theme each year, and we go in and we, like, one year it was like paper dolls and pink and lace, and it was so fun because you had to kind of study the period that they wanted us to concentrate on. And each group of designers chose a room, and you get to go all out. I mean, it's super fun, and they give you a small budget to do it, but it was a good way for us to get our names out there. There's a little plaque out there that says Revisions. And, we started showing up on social media. People were taking pictures and tagging us in it. So that was fun.
Yeah. And at the pre-party and the post-party and the actual candlelight tour itself, we were able to meet all kinds of other professionals in the community.
And homeowners. Yeah, homeowners who do that, which also kind of leads you into the next year. If they did Candlelight Christmas Tour, they had to have their house dressed to the nines. Well, maybe next year they don't want to go through all that trouble and they want to hire somebody to do it for them. So they'll call you.
Yeah. Another creative way that we diversify in terms of our home staging services is to stage for photo shoots. I'm thinking about some of those garden stages and
garden tours. So we have the Azalea Festival here in Wilmington that's in the spring. And if your home is on the garden tour, by the time that you've gotten to the point of, being ready for the garden tour, sometimes people are spent and they don't feel like doing the floral arrangements and the outdoor cushions and the all of the final touches that make an outdoor space really special. So you can also market yourself to do those sorts of services.
Gosh, you could even really kind of take that beyond. You could do staging just for actual events, right? Like staging for weddings, staging for parties or professional gatherings where they just need a space sort of spruced up or furnished or
photography.
Made special for photography or even for hosting.
Yeah, exactly. And pair up with a local florist and see how you can work together and create really special spaces. One thing that we did learn is that working in florals is a very special skill set.
Doing a fundraiser downtown, and it was a gorgeous setup. It was all open air tables set up on our riverfront downtown, and we did the tablescape, and we used tons of hydrangeas. They were collected from Aaron's garden, my friend Jolene's garden. Hi, Jolene. People all over the community. We built these beautiful. We must have had 50 vases of hydrangeas the day before. And within 24 hours, they had all started to wilt. So,
because it's hot here.
It's hot here.
So if you don't have the refrigeration system and the knowledge and experience to get involved in florals, we would caution you.
Yeah.
Learn before you do.
Right. Lesson learned. And it went off without a hitch. We got all new hydrangeas from all of our friends and family again, and it was beautiful. But I love the idea of partnering with florists, and also, what about partnering with wedding planners? Maybe this wedding planner is hosting an event in a empty venue, and she needs lounge areas set up. Could you use your staging inventory, sofas and chairs, to set up lounge areas for a wedding reception? Exactly. A whole different thing to think about in terms of your stuff getting used and liability. But the point of our conversation today is to really get you thinking about how you can use what you have available, your skill set, your inventory, and all the things you do to make yourself more marketable, and how can you generate different avenues for income as a home stager.
Exactly. So guys, if you have ideas that we've missed, drop them in the comments below. We want to hear from you. If you'd like to become our client and have one-on-one mentoring services, you can also click on the link below, and we can hop on phone calls with you and help you along the way. We love hearing your stories about your staging journeys. We love that you've tuned in with us every week for the past almost 12 months.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So hit like and hit subscribe, and we will catch you on the next video.
We will. And hey, check out, we've got a bunch of products that are actually available for download. We put out a 4-part comprehensive package for doing home staging consultations start to finish. It's a super helpful resource, and our home staging contract is available for download at our website as well, www.revisionsofwilmington.com. Thanks for watching. Subscribe.
Catch you next time.
Peace.